A news report came on television a few days ago. The report told of a young boy who went missing in my neighborhood just recently. He was last seen on a sidewalk past my old neighbor's house. I was paranoid after hearing the news, fearing I might disappear next, considering how close I was to where it happened. About a day later, I decided to take my mind off the confusion by booting up my Xbox 360 and playing Plants vs. Zombies, a video game I so deeply loved. Clicking the game's icon, it brought me to the menu screen. I had already completed everything in the game, so there was an obvious lack of excitement. I replayed some of the day and night levels, and on the 6th level of the daytime stage, a zombie got into the house. Frustrated, I collapsed my head to sit in the palm of my hand. I watched the iconic game over screen pop up, followed by the usual screaming. I clicked retry, hoping to succeed on my second attempt. The following level, I noticed the screen was saturated a bit. I assumed I tampered with something by accident, but was still a bit skeptical. The screen remained saturated up until the final level of the daytime stage. This confirmed my suspicion. I had completed the day stage and was ready to move on to the night stages. I pressed next level, and immediately I let out a low, frightened gasp and jerked back slightly into my chair. For what was on the screen shook me to the core. A worn, rotting pea shooter sat on the lawn. His tired eyes were nothing but dark, soulless voids, and bruises and stains were scattered across his rotting green-colored body. However, what was worse was the many mangled corpses of plants dispersed all around the lawn. There wasn't any blood or gore, but rather it looked as if the plants had their souls sucked out of them and were left all twisted. I was disgusted, but curiously moved my cursor so it hovered over the pea shooter, and a text box popped up above his head, which read, Plant 27. I sat there in silence, confused. That's when I thought of counting up all the corpses, and I ended up counting 26. I looked around the room aimlessly, then quickly fixed my gaze back towards the screen. I was thinking to myself, is this some kind of hacker? No, it couldn't be. Suddenly, the text which read Plant 27 now said, Missing. I'd had enough and reached over to turn off the 360, but I stopped, quickly pulling out my phone and snapping a photo of the corpses in the rotting pea shooter so I could use it as evidence. Finally, I turned off the 360 and collapsed on my bed, still scared and coping with the horror I had witnessed. The following days, I told the story to everyone I knew, but nobody believed me, of course. The story was just too crazy to be true. My mom didn't believe it either. However, because she was still quite concerned, she had a priest come and bless our home. Days later, I discovered a report which said that about 26 people went missing in our neighborhood. As I'm writing this, the young boy remains missing, and Plants vs. Zombies will forever be a memory of my childhood. However, in the darkest corners of my mind, a plant by the name of 27 will always smile back at me.